Welcome back. And I've lost my train of thought already. That's great. To Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Dual Destinies.
The infection's spreading. I said my brain was gone. Now Rob's brain's gone. Who's next? I predict Alex.
Oh god, nah. I remember the cringe that was this line. All right.
Wait, what? What was the context of this line?
That's the context, which doesn't make it any better, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I remember. I was like, oh, I forgot about that cringe.
Your Honor, about this robot part.
Is it part of the free previews?
Doesn't it look like he could be an arm from that robot there? Oh god, my voice is going home.
Penis.
That's me.
Who? I forgot who.
As I forget my voice for the judge, so we're gonna go whatever the first.
George is number 3.
George is judge. Rob's Phoenix boy. You're edge dork. Alex is the robot still, even if it's Aura speaking through it, because that's it, and I get to set up because I'm cool.
I think you're Fulbright at the moment.
Fuck up. I'm sitting up. Shut up.
Iffy, for once, not working hard today.
He's Fulbright. Fulbright's testifying for Aura.
Well, now that you mention it, it does, doesn't it? But the case is still too big to be practical for just the moon rock and a robot arm.
But was it really just the one arm that was in there? If it wasn't Athena in the case, then maybe. I believe there was another robot at the scene that looks just like the one here. Your Honor, it's the defense's assertion that it was this other robot that was in the case.
What?
Damn, Steven.
We can't be certain that part belonged to a robot. What else does it belong to? Yes, it looks like the arm of the one before us, but it could be something entirely there. Fucking Christ. I was really not ready for today.
Get your worms out, Edgeworth.
I don't know what it is, my brain is just unable to focus. Besides, what?
Just today.
Fuck off. Besides, it's wrapped entirely in bandaging, making it very difficult to...
Making it very hard, difficult.
Don't worry, my train of thought is off the rails as well, Lawrence. Just take your time.
Okay.
Too much Assassin's Creed Shadows. Too much Yasuke. Besides, it's wrapped entirely in bandaging, making it difficult to verify what it is.
Objection! Oh, what the fuck was that? I know for a fact that it is a robot arm. I can even tell which robot it belonged to, just by looking at it. With this information, we can investigate whether it was there at the time or not.
But Mr. Wright, I thought you were more of the technologically illiterate type. Like me. How did you become such an expert? If it was somehow abandoned.
I think you've been betrayed.
Not to worry, Your Honor. I still know next to nothing about machines. But I know this piece of evidence proves which robot the arm belonged to. I have no idea.
I think it meant to be Ponko.
Oh good, I was still getting this Skype to work.
So I believe you go to the space exhibit because it should have a picture of Ponko on it.
Yes, this one.
See, my brain's working there at least.
The robot in this picture is named Ponko. But take a look at Ponko's arm. It was Miss Sykes who bandaged it up like that.
You must have thought the machines heal in the same way people do. But an adorable, naive mistake. Reminds me of my own grandchild.
What doesn't remind you of your own grandchild?
The robot arm at the crime scene had the same bandaging wrapped around it. In other words, this robot arm could belong to none other than Ponko!
Well, there was another bandaged robot. You don't know.
Shit, Steven.
Order in the court. Order, I say.
Oh shit, you're Steven too?
Wait,
How many people named Steve in this courtroom?
No,
My
it's just
middle name's Steven.
one Steven. It's just one Steven that's just getting ragged on.
Anyway.
Order, I say. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what do you have to say to this?
I can see that the robot is about the same size as a child, but it cannot grab its knees and curl itself up into a ball. Even if it was the largest of the cases, the robot couldn't have possibly fit in there.
The case does come up to about mid-thigh on Prosecutor Blackwell.
Staring at
my
my
thighs,
thighs, Judge.
I can't help it, they're huge!
Your Honor, I do not see how my thighs relate to this.
Your baldness, I believe my thighs are unrelated to this case.
If... okay, I see your point. Anyway, the robot is much taller than that.
They've got me there. So then, did Prosecutor Blackwell make Punko fit into the case by dismantling her?
Dismantling.
Of course Punko would fit. All Prosecutor Blackwell had to do was dismantle her. Once taken apart, the robot could easily fit inside that rolling case.
It appears to be a robot assembly device. Okay, well, that's iffy.
As if he falls silent.
Fucking. Not assembling anything in the flesh. Push this assemble button. Sounds pretty neat. Can I push it, Mr. Nick? Can I push it? Can I push the button?
No, you can't push the button. Even
I
though
pushed the fucking button.
No?
Sounds rather violent, but I guess robots don't have rights in this state, but Mr. Wright does have a point there.
I can't believe Wright has rights, but no, robots don't. Except that there was a body on the table where the robots were dismantled and assembled. There would have been no room to take the robot apart.
Have you considered moving the body to the side, and then, hold on,
No.
Edgeworth, putting it back?
No, because that would be disadvantageous to my case. So fuck off.
This evidence is inconvenient!
But what if it wasn't done on the table? What if the katana was used instead?
What if he was a weeb?
You mean the sword?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Blackwell, I'd like your opinion as a woman of science.
Okay.
Isn't it true that the katana could have been used to take the robot apart?
I suppose so. Their joints aren't made of a very tough material. A blade could slice through them.
Especially in the hands of of one particular...
Weeb.
Like, what you're telling me is we can take down all the robots just by getting a random sword. Okay.
Thank you for your expert opinion. That was not an expert opinion.
I mean, she's technically the one who made the robots.
She
so...
could technically be certified as an expert, yeah, but she's not here as an expert witness.
No, but she is technically the one who made the robots, so she'd probably know what they're made of.
No, the problem is not that she knows. The problem is that she's giving expert opinion on something that she hasn't been certified in. It's fine. Anyway, Miss Blackwell, thanks to you, we now know
I don't know, maybe she's forklift certified. Have you checked?
that the existence of the severed arm in this photo proves that Ponko was indeed taken apart. In addition, since the rest of Ponko was not found at the scene, we can conclude that the true meaning of this photo is very different from the original interpretation.
You can't mean...
That's exactly what I mean. This photo does not capture the moment of the murder. It is instead a picture of the moment after the robot was sliced apart. The blood you see where the arm was cut off was...
This photo does not spark joy.
Sorry, what? Sorry?
This photo does not spark joy.
The blood you see where the arm was cut off was transferred there by the bloody katana. Most likely, the rest of Ponko is scattered around Prosecutor Blackwell's feet.
Not hearing this.
I mean, you can't cover your ears or a robot.
Therefore, what was transported inside that case was not the defendant, but a robot. Miss Sykes never was at the scene at the time of the murder.
Ah! My head, my body, where am I? God.
Eh, he didn't need it.
Oh shit, Steven!
That
Why are there two of
Order.
us now? Because we're multiplying like fucking amoebas.
that robot
Order in the
was
court.
space.
It's true that Ponka was found in pieces after the murder. And I'll admit, I repaired her myself afterwards.
Fair.
Yes! I'm finally making some progress. Hopefully I've gotten at least one step closer to proving both Athena and Prosecutor Blackwell innocent. God fucking damn it.
You have made zero progress, right?
I can't believe Edgeworth's about to delete my save.
Well, Mr. Wright, you've made a point abundantly clear. I can see that it wasn't the defendant inside the rolling case, but the robot.
Alright, what's going on here? It's never good when he plays things this straight.
Does that mean Marie Kondo was not at the scene?
Mary Kondo.
Yeah.
I'm a little
Because
stumped
it didn't
myself.
spark-
It didn't spark
If
joy.
it's Oh, right, the case. Yeah, anyway. Does the prosecutor withdraw its claim the defendant was carried from the scene?
No, Your Honor, I'm just busy deleting Phoenix Wright's save.
God. No, my save file! Our progress.
Oh, good luck
Oh,
now, Wright. Now I have to
No,
crash
recording's
your
over.
game.
Now begins the case. We are starting over.
Anyways, my claim hasn't changed.
Objection! But Punko and Miss Syke couldn't have both been inside that case.
The notion that the case was used to carry Miss Sykes was Miss Blackpool's theory. I have been of a different opinion from the outset.
Edgeworth with the don't put words in my mouth. I didn't fucking say shit.
Now I finally have the opportunity to voice my theory. Thanks to the defense.
Edgeworth, he's been one step ahead of me this whole time.
In that case, how do you propose that the defendant left the crime scene?
Simple, the footage only shows Prosecutor Blackpool from behind. What's more...
Oh, I know.
Your Honor, could you not? He's holding his arm in front of his body as if he were holding onto something. Or someone.
That's hardly evidence.
And you're hardly a lawyer. I have proof. The circuit Prosecutor Blackpool was wearing. The victim's blood was found on the front of on front of it, and the stain has a highly distinctive shape.
Bloodstain with a distinctive shape. Please continue, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
7 years ago. No, don't make that joke.
The defendant was Chinese.
He knew exactly where I was going.
Okay, what the fuck, bro?
you know where it's from, Alex.
No, but I feel called out all the same.
God damn. No,
We'll share it later.
what was the game called?
Shenmue.
Yeah, it's a Shenmue reference because of one of the really weird localizations. So don't worry about it.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense.
7 years ago, the defendant was known to constantly wear a certain item, of which there is only one in the world. I mean, those are like bunny earphones. You see cat ear headphones all the time with these random streamers. Anyways, of which there is only one in the world. A special pair of headphones made just for her.
I actually like the bunny ears on those, but I'm partial to bunny ears.
That's 4 of them.
She always wore
That just looks
these.
like she needs some really big fucking paper clips.
I also like how they're done specifically so that you can fit her hairband bang in it.
She always wore these big, heavy-looking headphones. She said her mother made them for her as part of her research.
Analysis shows the bloodstain to be the exact same shape as these headphones. Where? Where on the shirt, Kurt? I can't even see it in the small.
What was your experiment? What's your experiment? I want to see how stupid it can make her look before she notices.
Molly says it protects me from the 5G radiation or whatever that means.
In other words, this was no mere blood splatter. The blood went from the victim's body to the headphones and then was imprinted onto Prosecutor Blackwood's coat like a stamp. I still don't see it on the coat, mate.
Most gruesome stamp indeed.
I think we're gonna
Make my
get to the
eyesight,
coat,
I can't
but
see shit.
I think it's
What
just
was that, George?
I can't see shit either. It's just making shit up, but I'll just go with it.
Fair enough.
Your Honor, you might not be able to see anything because your eyes are closed.
Oh, good point. Indeed.
Right, where was the man who asked for your opinion? Michael carried Miss Sykes, who had been hit by the splatter away from the crime scene. This proves that Athena Sykes was without question present at the crime scene.
I like how we spent all of this time fighting over, yeah, no, they were carried away in the case, and we just disproved it, and Edgeworth's just like, have you considered that they might have held them manually?
So what, is the logic he's holding a toddler with his hand?
Basically.
The idea is that
holding
by
on to her with
pulling
one
the
arm.
by putting the robot in one case in one arm, he's holding Athena in the other.
Simon Blackwell must be a really bum
And
guy.
that concludes the prosecution's argument.
Yeah!
And the deletion of his save
Oh
file.
shit, Steven!
There's
Oh,
more
no.
of us now.
If the defendant was indeed at the scene, it deepens suspicion against her.
It depends.
It depends.
It depends
It
on the
depends.
suspicion against her.
Also, this courtroom has a gallery?
Objection!
Objection! I mean, yeah,
Why is
but
the gallery even here?
why is the gallery here? This is a freaking health and safety hazard. But we've also shown that the
Really?
robot was there at the scene as well.
Mr. Blackwell was offering candy. I felt like standing in the stands. Why are
That's
you
so
making
dumb.
the ridiculous claim that a simple robot was the real murderer?
I don't really think that, no, but, you can't say the
Like the
possibility isn't there.
So Edgeworth, have you seen the Terminator?
But Edgeworth, Skynet.
Detective
You can't do
Fulbright,
that.
was the robot questioned at the time?
No, I don't see any record of it. I believe it was considered unrelated to the case.
But as it turned out, the robot was actually integrally related. Your Honor, the defense would like to call Punko to the stand.
Ah, goddammit.
Another I only accept these trials because they're televised and I get paid more. Okay.
You're not actually getting paid for this case because it's an unofficial trial.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Why am I even here?
Ooh, there's even more
because there's
robots.
hostages. What about the hostages, Your Honor?
I don't care.
What if it was your grandson?
He's at school. Anyway, order. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what do you think about this?
Mr. Wright has called all manner of witnesses to the stand over the years. He's even called a fucking parrot. Is this really a surprise to you at this point, Your Honor?
Actually, yes. At least those are like,
So why not a robot? Nothing surprises me with him anymore.
Maybe for the first time in forever, we'll get an accurate testimony.
In university, is what I heard then.
Very well, I will allow the witness. Bailiff, please summon the robot named Ponko.
I need a tribute.
Why is this robot got... Never mind.
You want to finish that sentence?
No,
My
I
eyes
would like
are
to
up here, Your Honor.
You what? My brain just clipped out. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
My name is not Witness. My name is Ponko.
Yes, I realize that. But when you're at the witness stand, you are the witness.
And everywhere you stand, you're a bitch. I am not. I am Ponko. Say it with me. Ponko.
What's an utterly inflexible little rope?
You're the last person who should be calling anybody inflexible.
Have you not... Hey, you do not know what I do in my free time.
Never hit the gritty.
We go to yoga together every morning. I would like you to rescind that. You remind me of my grandchild who just learned his own name. Oh, how precious. I think his name was Plonker.
Alright, Ponko, I'm going to ask you some questions.
Questions? You have questions? Hooray! What are your questions?
I want to know if you were there at the scene of the murder of Metis Sykes. It was 7 years ago on the 7th of October around 2 p.m. in the robotics lab.
Ravioli. I shall not give you the formula only. I'm sorry. Certainly, just one moment. Searching data. Search complete. Yes. I was in the robotics lab.
With the Krabby Patty secret formula?
Shit, Steve.
There's so many robots, Steven!
It would seem this robot's testimony is necessary to the case after all.
That's great. I just knew Ponko must have seen something important.
Murder committed right before this poor little girl's eyes. Inexcusable.
The judge seems ready to adopt Punko as another grandchild.
How many grandchildren do you have, Your Honor?
Don't worry about it, I lost count.
Oh no.
So, little Pongo, what do you think can give us... Do you think you can give us your testimony today?
Little Plonker.
My grandson's name.
Plonker?
Should I
His
be
legal
concerned?
birth name.
I feel like I should be very concerned.
I went to the robotics lab at around 2 p.m. for my regular recharge.
Frankly, it's not.
As I was about to
No.
charge up, Adina came in and hugged Mommy Metis. And then Mommy Metis fell down. After that, I was recharged. So fuck 'em. After I charged up, I was cleaning the room. And Mr. Edgelord came in. And then an error occurred. There was no data after that point. Would you like to purchase WinRAR?
No.
Will that fix my printer?
Yes.
I'll take 10.
Your Honor, no.
Yes.
Well, it sounds like the defendant was without question, there.
Well, His Honor is the type of person who would buy Tetris 99 for $9.99.
However, it doesn't appear that the witness saw the actual moment of the murder.
I disagree. This testimony shows that the defendant did indeed commit the crime.
What?
At the end of the day, we mustn't forget that the witness is still a machine. Being a robot, its understanding and capacity to express itself are limited.
Being a douche, your understanding and capacity to express yourself is limited.
Look, man, this is the guy who determines that a bullet can be shot by a gun, and everyone thinks he's a fucking genius. So I don't think you. I feel like his brain cells are slightly higher than the average person, only because the average person's brain cells in this universe are
I
very
can
low.
ascertain that gunshots and the guns might be related.
Holy shit, this man's a fucking genius.
But what is your genius suggestion that goes against the mouth breeze of his suggestion?
The witness's statements need to be interpreted. For example, the terms hugged and then later fell down. Adults don't usually fall down after being hugged by a child. Where have you been hugged? Have you ever hugged your dad? Bet you haven't. But you might have. Who knows?
Don't.
What if the child in question is a dog?
Further
Got
proof,
that dog in you?
Phoenix writes, you do not have that dog in you.
That's a valid question. The dog jumps and tries to hug you, you'll probably get knocked over.
Depends how big the
Yeah, but that's the
dog
difference.
is.
The dog's not hugging you, the dog's jumping at you.
I mean, Jet is pretty strong, he would do so.
Context, he's show up. Yes,
Mighty
what this
Chihuahua.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Chihuahua, right? Otherwise, I don't know
Yeah.
dog breeds that well. Yes, what this witness statements are telling us is
Bang.
that the defendant stabbed the victim with the murder weapon during this moment.
That's a bit of a reach.
I mean, coming from Mr. Bluff himself, I think this is reasonable.
Oh shit, Steve.
Before Mr. Sykes hugged the Dr. Sykes, the two of them converse.
Yes, they did. They looked at each other very loudly, but I don't know what they said. Dina's usually so quiet, so it was like, oh shit, there's some real shit going on.
Spoke very loudly. We can interpret this to mean they argued.
Or they're just loud individuals.
I see. The only possible solution. Murder after a heated argument, and then the victim fell down.
In a
Some
fit of
stairs.
rage, Your Honor.
He fell down the stairs again. Again.
I agree that it does sound like a reasonable interpretation. However, Ponko doesn't seem to remember anything that happened after that. Perhaps they were loud because they were drinking.
Shit just got real.
Underage
When
drinking?
This is a new
recharging,
trial.
I go into sleep mode. I remember everything before that. I have a very good memory drive. Please insert girder.
You may as well admit defeat, right? A cross-examination would be useless.
Don't be ridiculous. A cross-examination is never useless. It has literally won me every case up until now.
Until now, think about it. Robots don't lie. I mean, have you seen ChatGPT?
How many S's and how many R's in strawberry?
This comes up, makes fakes legal cases as well. Johnson v. Wyoming.
There's 3 R's in strawberry, isn't it?
But
I don't know.
ChatGPT would disagree.
Yeah, it's because ChatGPT has had issues with hallucination where it will sometimes state something as like a fact, but it's not. Like it kind of confuses itself. It's really weird. This robot is both an important witness and valuable evidence at the same time.
Nevertheless, will have my cross-examination.
You will have a nap. It's past your bedtime. I see you haven't changed. Never were one to worry about wasting time.
Very well.
Facts.
Even if it may be a waste of time, you may proceed, Mr. Wright.
I
don't have
have been
anything to do after this.
I have been I have been banned from practicing law for 7 years after a 2-year career. I am the king of wasting time.
Phoenix Wright, you're wasting my time playing crochet. I have a crochet match after this, and you're delaying it.
I'll show you both just how fruitful any cross-examination can be.
There's a juice in it.
Or just
You
you sound like what I saw.
Alright, went into the robotics lab at 2 a.m. from a regular recharge. Okay, that's fine.
Oh, I'm sure you did, Ponko.
Just as I was about to charge up, Athena came in and hugged Mommy Metas. I don't know how to
We gotta hold it.
Hugged her, huh? Which Edgeworth took to mean stabbed her with a weapon. You said the two of them were talking before Miss Sykes hugged her mother, is that right?
Yes, they were talking very loudly, but I couldn't tell what they were saying.
Couldn't tell? Even though they were speaking so loudly?
I'm only allowed to listen to voices that are directed at me.
If it listened to every voice, it would be a little better than the mobile eavesdropper.
Well, that explains why some of Panko's testimony is so vague.
It's a shame that our little friend wasn't listening in, however. We could have learned what they were talking about just before Dr. Sykes was killed. Now then, what happened after that?
Also, that's a pretty, responsible recording thing. It's just sorry, you don't save any information concerning speech that isn't directed at you.
Yeah, I was like, that's very.
It's good. It's very good.
That's very
What-
forward thinking.
What a responsible AI!
Meanwhile, I mean, AI is not irresponsible, it's the people who use it.
I don't want to delve too deeply here, but... Could you tell us how the victim appeared and acted at this moment?
I met was very surprised when she was hugged. Her heart pound.
Her heart?
Mr. Wright, have you forgotten about the document we found in the robotics lab? These robots have heartbeat detection system.
Now that he mentions it, I do remember reading something like that in there. Actually, we should probably read it.
Nerd.
Can determine the presence of a human with the heartbeat detection system, recognizes people by scanning their spacesuit or uniform jacket ID tag, can also recognize a person by facial features once the face has been registered, can infer people's emotions by analyzing their tone of voice and communicate with them.
That last part's gonna be important, isn't
I
it?
know.
They literally just bring it up again.
They detect
Yeah.
the presence of people by the sound of their heartbeats. But wait a minute. That means... if Dr. Sykes really did die at this moment... Ponko, how was Dr. Sykes after she fell down? Could you still hear the sound of her heartbeat?
Still see the sound.
See the sound of piss?
Exactly. Let's see. The moment she fell, her heart was pounding. And that... I don't know. I started recharging just then.
Of all the unlucky timing, if you had heard anything after that, it could have possibly proved that the hug wasn't actually the moment of the murder.
I don't give a damn. I'm afraid I don't know.
Oh, just say I don't give a damn again. The robot is designed to go into sleep mode automatically, so it can't be helped. But it does appear it detected an increased heart rate at the moment of the stabbing, right? Second.
After Mommy Mitch's heart started pounding in surprise, she fell by the window and into the wall. It was the round window on the workbench side of the room.
Workbench, huh? Uncle must be talking about that table to the right of where that giant robot is now. Is there something critical in Ponko's statement just now? There is something. Your Honor, I believe this statement is critical. I'd like it added to her testimony.
Testimony?
Testimony.
Very well. We will add it to the... Yes.
This is just a testimony about the S.
Ponko, could you please add the statement to your testimony? That's a good little girl.
Testimony? Oh,
Tentenate has finally met its match. Ted-timony.
Testimony? Oh, shit.
Yeah, like Timon and Pumbaa. What's so weird about that?
Alright, Mummy Metis fell down near the round window on the workbench side of the room. Which is not true, because the crime scene photo says, fuck you. Ponko, your statement may have just inspired a breakthrough.
Hooray! Fuck you!
Just to be sure, let's go over it again, okay? The victim fell near the window on the workbench side of the room. However, her body was discovered on the operating table.
The operating table and the workbench are two different locations.
Dun 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 dun. Exactly, Your Honor. We've just learned a new crucial fact. What could explain the two very different locations of the body? I'll tell you what. The victim moved. Or the defendant moved the body.
No, it's definitely saying the victim moved, man.
Yeah. An 11-year-old girl couldn't have moved the heavy body of an adult. So the only explanation is that the victim walked to the operating table herself.
Sorry. Phoenix Wright, you absolute fucking idiot. Didn't you know that 8-year-olds can fire massive revolvers?
Yeah, but a blind kid can fire a 50 caliber gun.
Yeah, a blind 8-year-old kid can fire a 50
What?
round
Look,
caliber.
that explained, right? Because he's blind, he gets to buff his other stats, right?
In other words, what Ponko observed near the workbench.
For context, George, in like one of the cases of the previous game.
Shit, wasn't it?
No, he wasn't.
Did he not laugh at your fucking diarrhea Taco Bell joke with him?
No, he wasn't here for this. He only rejoined for this game. It's fine.
Don't confirm or deny this. Speak to me, damn it!
George has got AWOL.
Was I?
Yeah, he was asking if you were here for the previous game.
No, I don't remember.
Are you not here for the fucking Clever Gavin with the fucking concert one where they killed the guy and the blind kid did it?
Oh, I think so. Is that the night before the show one?
No, that's Ace Attorney Investigations 2.
That was
Oh god, I don't remember.
Lawrence literally kept making a Taco Bell diarrhea joke with the guy who died. Lettuce.
Remains
doesn't ring a bell.
told him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he wasn't here for that one because he stopped partway in the middle of Investigations 2, and then he didn't rejoin until this game.
Regardless, couldn't possibly have been the moment of the murder.
Basically, they
I care
argued
about
that.
the other conversation, Steven.
Basically, they argued that a tiny kid could fire a massive revolver. It's really stupid.
What was it, .54 caliber or something?
Yeah, it was really massive. Would have broken his arm.
Very relieved to hear that. Glad to know that the murder wasn't committed in front of little Ponko here.
George, for reference, the full assertion was that an 8-year-old child was able to steal a gun from, what was it, a CIA agent or something?
Yeah, it was a scuffle as well. It was
they struggled.
An Interpol agent.
Somehow managed to wrest a .54 caliber gun from that secret agent.
Massive. He's
and,
massive, by the way.
Yeah, and who's massive, shot him with it, killed him, and somehow did so without breaking every single bone in his tiny little body.
And he's
Look.
blind.
Children are capable of amazing things. Like, you should watch the documentary Boss Baby for reference.
God damn it.
Yes, as we just heard in the testimony, Miss Sykes hugged her mother. Nothing more. God fucking damn it. What is it with...
You see this thing I'm pointing at? It's called a brain. You should hire one of those. Bright times 5. It's been 80 years, but you're still as green as ever.
You're still a pain in my ass.
Or I may have gone colorblind.
Green? But I can't recall ever seeing Mr. Wright in anything but a blue suit. Or a red one. He
Hey.
looked really good at that one.
Blue's my favorite color, what can I say?
It's the fact you couldn't move the body herself. She could have had it moved for her.
Moved for her, but Miss Sykes and Dr. Sykes were the only ones there.
I agree, since this robot is equipped with a heartbeat detection system. It would have been aware of another person's presence if someone else had been there. We can therefore conclude that the pregnant and the victim were the only ones present.
Then who do you suggest move the body?
Don't you know it's the nature of robots to help people do things? Miss Panko, allow me to ask you a question. If it...
I said I was gonna do something about it.
Oh, sorry.
No deaf mother truckers. My name is Panko. Say it with me. Panko.
Whatever you say, Panko, I believe you said you were cleaning after Dr. Sykes fell down. Did you happen to move something large onto the operating table?
Yes, I did. Dina asked me to.
Ina asked you to...
And what did you move, little Ponko?
I don't know. Unless something has an ID tag and can tell what it is.
An ID tag, you say?
Yes, a tag with a barcode on it. We robots scan them and tell us what a thing is.
That paper in the lab did mention something about that.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Recognizes people by scanning their spacesuit or uniform jacket ID tag, it said.
So it would appear here that Miss Panko here can't identify what was moved.
My name is Panko.
Your name is Mud, but we humans have the power to imagine what it was, do we not?
Edge was just out here just going, yeah, no, it's what I say it is,
I didn't ask. Didn't care.
We do?
Judge does not have the power of imagination.
Well, I do at the very least.
Damn.
Miss Panko, on the defendant's command, moved the body onto the operating table.
Yeah!
Oh shit, Steven.
Ponko, did you really move Dr. Sykes' body? This is really important. Isn't there any way you could tell?
I don't know. Without an ID tag, I can't tell.
Give it upright. If the victim's heart was stopped, the robot's detection system would be useless. But Dr. Sykes usually wore her white coat while she was working. She kept a jacket with her ID tag on it draped over a chair in the robotics lab. And technically it's the face recognition. And
Yeah.
only wore it for special occasions.
She should have been able to recognize the face.
In other words, the victim wasn't wearing her ID tag at the time. From the robot's point of view, her body was simply just another object.
Objection! But Ponko is equipped with a facial recognition system. If she really did move the victim, she would have recognized the body as Dr. Sykes. But she didn't, so that means...
A face can easily be covered with a piece of cloth, a mask, or anything else for that matter.
Well,
Evidence?
you should have no problem proving that, Jordan.
If a facial feature's hidden, the robot wouldn't be able to tell it was Dr. Sykes. Well, is the fate? Well, why would you remove the cloth you put on it? I guess. Well, I
Hey,
guess
Edgeworth, there's this thing called the court record. I want you to go into it and pull out the evidence that proved that the face was covered.
Sorry, update side. Let me just go to this autopsy report real quick. Let me get this pen.
But obviously, because everyone's just going to assert that as long as something is possibly true, it therefore must have been true. He's right.
Because if it's the prosecution, then it's all, and everything conjectural is true. If it's the defense, proof please.
Proof, please.
Please. Source citation needed. To summarize, Miss Sykes stabbed her mother near the workbench. Then, using the robot, she moved the body to the table where she removed the sword and stained in blood.
Oh my god, Steven, how many times are we gonna do this?
I don't know, Steven, until we run out of pot.
Order. Where's the pot? For after court, I guess. If that's the case, then I have a question.
It's in your back pocket, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you. One moment. Ah, much better. Why did the defendant move the body to operating table in the first place?
You want a reason? Very well.
Uh-oh.
What? You can't possibly have an explanation.
I didn't mean it, Mr. Edgeworth.
Your emotions blind you to the truth. You can learn a lot from our robot friends. Calm and rational thought will open your eyes to the truth in front of you, Mr. Wright. Now then, do you remember what the operating table's one special feature?
I believe I read that robots can be assembled and disassembled there, isn't that right?
That's right, and the defendant who was just a child at the time. The table was like a magic box that could make robots appear or disappear in seconds.
But in the end, my mum just put her on the operating table and fixed her in a flash. I was so impressed by what my bum did.
Whoa.
I even asked her if she could put me on the table and fix me if I ever got hurt.
Foreshadowing.
It is pretty shadowy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in black and white. Look at this. Who stole
Where's
my
Paul?
colours?
Yeah, but who's for?
It looked just like magic to me. What she could do.
You can't possibly be suggesting.
This young, sheltered girl had a difficult time distinguishing people from robots. But the other way
What
around.
about some people?
Take a look at Punko's arm. It was Miss Sykes who bandaged it up like that. Fucking moron.
Also thought the machines have like a healing move. A stupid thing to say. Like, come on.
Stupid can you be?
Fucking moron.
No way. That flashback was significantly more cruel than it was.
Yeah. Oh, be ready, Mr. White, because I'm about to make it a whole lot crueler.
I refuse to believe it.
Oh, believe it you will. Miss Sykes made a childish, naive, and cruel, and stupid mistake. A bit loud. Whoops. Oh well. She wanted a robot.
Letting someone they drove away.
She's right, trying to get away from the truth. She thought that if a robot could be dismantled and vanish without trace.
Prosecutor Edgeworth. If you're about to claim what I think you're about to claim, I demand that you word it as delicately as you can.
Delicate is not in my name, Your Honor. With all due respect, all I can do is prevent the truth as it stands.
Miles likes it hard, Edgeworth. What, you said delicate's not in his name.
My brain.
Jesus Christ. Look at the odd way.
My brain, sorry, no, it's not that. It's more like my brain was trying to take a second to process what you said.
Well, they call him Edgeworth for a reason.
The reason the defendant moved the victim's body to the operating table.
Hold it.
My
No,
dear, hold
don't
it.
say another word. Just stop.
Collaborate and listen.
Was to dismantle the evidence so she could get away with her crime.
That can't be true!
Or false.
Phoenix went to Evangelion in that very sequence.
Phoenix, how do those feelings flash in your mind? You weren't there.
Like a lawyer that has forsaken. Oh, fuck it.
Order in the court, I say.
Sorry,
Can I have
God,
a cheese snack and fries?
when we get to a fucking hospital, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Edgeworth, she was just a little kid. How could you say such a horrible thing?
We're in a fucking court of law. Horrible. Like I said, you're just as green as ever. I came here today as a prosecutor to seek only the truth, no more, no less. My theory is simply the result of rational consideration of every possibility.
Objection! But dismantling this in the table's only function, it can make repairs as well. It's conceivable that Miss Sykes moved her mother to the table in order to fix her.
I suppose that could be another way of interpreting it. But dismantle or repair, it just leaves you in despair. So
What do you mean with that rhyme?
After murdering her mother, Miss Sykes may have come to her senses. Perhaps she did want to make it appear as if it had never happened. And that's why she tried to repair her mother. For oh boy, does she love her. So I was trying to come up with more lines. Yes, that's one possible explanation.
But
we mustn't forget the facts of this case. The victim was observed to fall down after being hugged by the defendant. And the body was moved per the defendant's command. These two facts that indicate the defendant's guilt, remain unchanged.
this just can't be true.
Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence to refute the prosecution's claim?
Evidence, right, let's see. I can't think of any. I'm afraid I don't have any evidence.
Since becoming chief prosecutor, I've learned that the truth is also... I've learned that the truth is stupid because I can't say it properly. It's also not always pretty.
I've learned that the truth is really hard to pronounce.
Have you ever tried to pronounce truth right? I bet you haven't. Now accept the truth, Mr. Wright. Your own subordinate murdered her mother.
I remember there was a gentleman who found it pretty hard to tell the truth.
Your Honor, the prosecution demands a verdict. The hostages have suffered enough. They've suffered for like 5 minutes.
What a terrible and tragic conclusion. If the defense has no counter-argument, I slowed down so fast, I forgot the line.
You
I see no need to further prolong this
Judge.
trial.
You just let down.
I don't feel so good.
Did you just let down enough that you could see time?
George, breaking time.
I mean, he did literally just take a. He did. I think George. I think the pot's making. I think you're coming down from the pot now.
Edgeworth's argument seems solid
Did you see
enough, but no way Athena could have ever done anything like that. What do I do? There has to be something. But I can't think of a single thing. Oops, the fuck!
Perjury.
It's the edgelord.
Hoomstuff?
Objection.
Oh God, for the fencing!
Prosecutor Blackwell, when did you get in here?
Oh God!
This is quite the farce you are conducting here. I could die from laughter.
Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is that your argument is based on an entirely false premise. Go on, we're listening. Could this be the miracle I need? But what is Prosecutor Blackwell trying to pull here?
Oh, you know.
Donald, probably.
7 years. For 7 long years. This case has been on my mind. Not for an instant I did not think of it. I'm the one who killed my mentor, and don't think you can alter that fact now. Your boldness, I will take the stand, and I won't take no for an answer.
No.
Of course, Prosecutor Blackwell. Please, go ahead.
Oh shit.
Time to give
Yes,
some fucking
let's,
testimony.
Do I
7
need to be
years ago,
Phoenix?
I was Chinese. No, I'm joking.
Nah, I mean, it's up to you. What do you say, Rob?
What?
Do you want Eutheus Phoenix or no?
Do I need to be court with Phoenix?
You don't have to be. Blackwell's a witness here.
Yeah, okay.
I went to the Cosmos Space Center with the intention of killing Dr. Sykes. But when I got to the robotics lab, I found Athena there instead. I would not be swayed from my purpose, so I waited for Dr. Sykes to return. And then I committed the act. Ah, how cathartic it was.
But far. But close.
Hmm.
It's always cathartic.
Little-
When is it ever closest?
But little Ponko here witnessed the victim falling. In other words...
Objection! I don't need any of your other words, old man. I can guess what happened.
Yeah, but I was just about to go into Frank Sinatra. Okay, never mind.
And I
Which
wasn't
movie?
about to, and I didn't ask.
She fell means she fell. Merely that. A mother and child fooling around. Perhaps he tripped. Not that it matters. When I entered the lab, there was no trace of Dr. Sykes to be seen. There was no dead body either. Of course, meaning she must have left the room.
So the murder occurred after the time period Ponko described in her testimony.
You should hardly take stock in the words of a wind-up toy.
Objection! Then how do you explain the fact the defendant had the robot move something?
Athena was always tinkering with robots on the operating table to amuse herself, and she'd always had Ponko move the heavy ones for her. That day was no different. Ponko moved a heavy robot for Athena.
I'm about to show you a heavy robot in a second.
This is awful. What he's saying seems to make sense, and yet... Oh shit.
Some bullshit.
Objection, Rob! Stop stealing my objections!
I didn't steal the
Possibly
objection.
the-
I said op.
Yeah, Fuck off,
Go
Ob.
for object. Or
Yeah.
Get
object.
out of here,
Oh,
Ob.
for Oppa Gangnam Style. No, I'm joking.
No, Rob, no, Ob.
Get out of here.
Stop it, Rob, Ob.
Other forever gentleman.
Prosecutor lack will because you're lacking. Are you even trying even now to turn away from the truth? Don't you realize we can bring the Dark Age of the Law to a close today?
Objection!
I like the dark.
You expect too much from me. I'm just a murderer, beyond redemption. Why don't you just let me go so I can settle down to hell?
Oh my god, dude.
I know, right?
What's wrong, Alex?
What happened?
The edge, it hurts.
It's a little too much even for me.
I mean, well, too much for you. I think Rob's the measure of edginess here.
Prosecutor
That's
Blackwell's
true.
execution is tomorrow. If the truth doesn't come out now, it's all over.
Are you saying the little girl and the robot had nothing to do with the murder?
That's right, so let's hear your verdict. If we don't hurry, I might miss the ferry across the Styx.
And here comes Aura.
Well, you need to pay a fee first, but okay. Well,
Don't worry, I've got the Rokumon Sen right here.
A what?
You need
Sen,
6
you told
Sen
bitch.
coins. You need 6.
Let's continue.
You need 6 coins to cross the river Styx, or Rokumon Sen.
And there's Aura.
Don't you dare, Judge. Don't forget I have hostages over here. And Simon, how long are you going to cover for her?
Well, if I'm checking my watch, 7 years.
I'm looking at my watch. I don't see it stopping anytime soon.
Miss Blackwell. Forgive me, Aura. I never wanted you to do anything like this for me. But you agreed to this trial. If you have a counter-argument, then please present your evidence. That's the rule of the courtroom. Isn't that right, Chief Prosecutor?
Black will fish.
well, to be frank.
You're not
Oh,
Frank.
that was my name. Okay. Well, I was trying to quote French Sinatra earlier, but I don't like this. But it's my duty to make a decision.
From what I thought you said, I thought that statement was for a moment I wanted to quote the French, and I was like, what? It's a bit broad.
French Sonata. Yeah.
Ah,
Edie Bottom.
The knowledge of awakening.
my French isn't good enough to just translate this line, so that joke isn't going to work. If no one has a counter argument, I will announce my verdict.
Is this really happening? Is it really going to end just like it did 7 years ago?
Alright, who's going to start interrupting now?
I wanted to do it so bad. Even now, I want to fly out of here and go save him.
No, I can't tell her. How can I lie to Athena? I can't prove Prosecutor Blackwell's innocence in this trial. I think Athena will ever forgive me.
Well, it's fine, because if she gets guilty,
I can't let this happen. But I just don't have the evidence to counter Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony.
Oh shit, Steven, I'm coming down! Right now, what was it?
Athena.
It's me.
It's
Goddess of wisdom, what are you? Are you
Were you
feeling okay?
Steven coming down?
I can hear it. I can hear the voice of his heart. He's hiding something.
If he really is, I could sure use Athena's help here. Her power might just be the thing to get us through this. Objection! Oh, oh shit. Sorry, the sound of his objection throws me off. Sykes, Donal. No need for you to chime in here. Just accept that you're innocent.
Nah? Huh.
Not again.
These past 7 years, they've been just as hard on me, you know?
What are you talking about?
Don't you remember? That horrible, horrible trial.
No.
Flashback.
Okay, well, I guess we'll have a flashback to jog your
Now it's time
memory.
for Tiny, Athena.
Please! You have to listen to me! He didn't kill her! His heart is screaming that he didn't kill her!
Oh, but I did.
Uh-huh!
Uh-huh.
No. Even now, every time I stand in a courtroom, it comes back to haunt me.
Yeah, it's been
Hey!
Everyone home?
Not being heard, no matter how hard you try. Feeling so helpless.
Yeah, I'd feel pretty helpless if Gaspin Pain came out of nowhere and jump scared me.
No, he came out and patted his pompadour. Look at this chalkboard, you fucking idiot!
I'm allergic to chalk! Caught in people's stares, so scared that it feels like your chest is in a vice. I'm terrified of courtrooms. I want to run out of that door even now.
I think someone else played what's his name again? Because I think I've killed my throat doing him.
I did it for you.
Hey, that was it. Yeah, that was
And
it.
yet you found a way to keep your fears at bay and became a lawyer.
Michael Bay? Explain.
Thanks. That's because one day, I came to realize that I had to fight. That I couldn't give up. That I couldn't lose my will to fight.
And that the
I
answer
gotta
lies in
find
the
out who killed my mom.
Did you find out Did you find that the answer lies in the heart of battle?
Why do I hear protagonist music?
I exercised hard and I studied hard. I wanted to become the strongest lawyer I could ever be.
And what did the exercise have to do with being a lawyer?
Athena's just a
It's
shonen
making me go-
protagonist. Which is weird, because she's a shoujo.
Doesn't matter, going in anyway. This day has finally come. The day I've been looking forward to with all my heart.
Did you do a 10-meter run?
Every single day, and that's why I'm going bold. This is why I became a lawyer. This is why I studied psychology. It was all to save you from this false conviction. But, Miss Sykes, you do realize what it would mean. You are the accused, after all, and if you prove Prosecutor Blackwell innocent, then the only thing that matters is the truth. It's my duty to find out what the truth is. Simon, please give me this chance.
Simon says no.
Well, I guess I can't now. It's against the rules.
It is Simon Says.
The chance to shake up this fear that's been with me for 7 years and face the truth.
Athena's being so brave confronting her past like this. This might really be the last chance to save them both. Prosecutor Blackwell, please testify one more time about the incident 7 years ago.
I've only just now searched up Simon Keith's name in the actual game now. It's Simeon Saint.
Monkey Saint?
He's Simeon, yeah, right, he's Monkey Saint. He's the god
Fine.
monkey.
But your efforts will surely be in vain. For I am not a man who can be cut down easily.
Fucking... What's this?
Here we go, Simon. Let me hear the voice of your heart.
No.
Live to the heart.
Let me
He
just
was
put this on.
Then Gustavo became Camelo Gusto.
Oh, sorry, I have to update the app 1 second. Okay, stupid thing. Have we got connection? Alright, Google Play.
And
Look at that shitty ass animation.
The intention of killing Dr. Sykes. But when I got to the robotics lab, I found Athena there instead.
happy.
Okay. I would not be swayed from my purpose, so I waited for Dr. Sykes to return.
Rob,
I think it's supposed to say press happy when you saw her.
Rob, you became a fucking Jedi. I'm proud of you.
And then I committed the act how cathartic it was.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to press happy on the on her finding Athena, because like why did he care?
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Sure. This feeling of happiness. Even though the person you were looking for wasn't there, you felt happy. Why is that? Simple. When I was looking for Athena and I hadn't found her yet, I grew worried. So when I saw her in the robotics lab, I was happily relieved. Merely that.
Wow, that cut a lot.
Yeah.
Just now, you said you went to the Space Center to kill Dr. Sykes. But the first thing you did was look for her daughter instead? I had no intention of harming Athena, so I wanted to confirm that she was safe first. It was just a part of my plan. Nothing contradictory about that. Gah! The second I find an inconsistency, he cuts it down.
Someone knows the principles of an analytical psychology.
He knows the principles of anal.
What?
Oh no, it's just like some of the things he just cut out the lines.
if you cut that out, yeah. If we were to take a really well-timed screenshot, Simon knows the principles of anal.
Simon
You
says
consider
yes
him an
to the
expert.
back door.
There's less noise now, but I don't see any instabilities that we can latch onto.
I was afraid of that. I'll just have to keep chipping away at him bit by bit. Bit by bit? What? Bit by bit.
Bit by bit.
Bit by bit. Bit by
Bit by bit.
I'm Southern now.
Bit by bit.
Could you update his testimony, Athena?
Could you update his testimony, Athena?
It's in Southern.
You got it, boss.
Southern Phoenix, right? Can't hurt you.
Something me and my phone, something being right.
I
Yeah.
went to the Cosmos Center with the intention of killing Dr.
I
Sykes.
can't take that serious. It's so stupid.
When I found Athena in the
Well, you're
robotics
okay.
lab, I was relieved. That's fine. But I
Are
would
you
not be
okay?
swayed from my purpose, so I waited for Dr. Sykes to return.
The fucking just
And when
the,
she
the
did, I
fucking
plunged the
spit.
katana in. Well, that
And what,
doesn't make
sorry?
sense.
Sorry, 1 second, Rob. What's that? Sorry, Athena?
Just the fucking Simon moving like that in the fucking thing.
I mean, you're back. Sorry.
Yeah, go to the very beginning. Go to the very
Look at it, it's so fucking stupid. You're like, ah.
He's a... He slides. Slide to the
Just does a full, like, Michael Jackson slide.
dun, 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 dun,
And then
dun,
that sword pose is like, oh yeah, Jedi.
Bro was practicing his moonwalk when no one was looking.
That day, in that robotics lab, I became a fucking Jedi.
Anyways, why is she sad?
Yeah,
Why is he sad?
why is he sad?
Why are you sad?
The emotion
Yeah, why are you
changed.
sad, Simon?
Not even you can falsify your emotions, Prosecutor Blackwell. What? When you said that you killed Dr. Sykes in your testimony, you felt sadness. Why would someone who had lain in wait to kill her be sad at her death? Such an obvious attack. Yes, I felt sadness, but it wasn't for her. I felt sorrow for Athena and her circumstances. You can't be talking about that, can he?
Ooh.
I was just a convenient subject for her research.
Dr. Sykes was so intent on her research, she forced her daughter to undergo experiments.
My objective was to save Athena from an obsessive scientist who treated her own daughter like a research subject.
Blackwell, you're reaching.
Look at me, I am a father now.
Great father, you've been in prison all 7 years. You haven't even seen your kids.
What? He doesn't have any kids.
I thought that was the joke. You said he was a father.
I went to the
playing on with
Yeah,
psychologist.
he's doing the best job. The dad always goes to go get milk and cigarettes. All right.
You missed it, Rob. It flew right over you.
Athena, look within yourself. You know it could be true.
Wait, hold on. Am I Foghorn Leghorn beating my own ass?
Yeah.
I
missed
can't
it.
talk nothing else. I'll pay attention.
Alright.
Look, Rob, if you were any dumber, you could throw yourself at the ground and miss.
I already did. I went to the psychology lab first. That's where I would usually find Athena playing. But that day was different. I heard someone crying in the robotics lab next door. Was Athena being subjected to yet another experiment? I thought I went to see. Conveniently, Athena had cried herself to sleep, so all I had to do was wait and kill. So that's why he was relieved when he saw Athena. But is this story really true? I'm not sure how much to believe.
Mr. Wright,
How are you doing, Athena? Still hanging in there?
I'm not stronger than I look, boss.
Physically?
Okay, well,
Yes.
then give me 20 push-ups right now.
On it. Oh wait, this is relevant. Now look at this. The noise level has actually increased.
The
To be
fuck?
fair, he is standing on the perjury stand.
That has literally
Oh, no.
never happened.
I mean, Cosmos wasn't on this stand.
It went up? Never seen it do that before.
Yuri Cosmos, is that you in the background there? Are you passing your power of perjury on to Simon?
Prosecutor Blackwell is making shit up. Somewhere in his testimony, as a matter of fact. He's piling lie on top of lie in an attempt to make his claims sound more believable.
I'll be right
He's
back.
trying even harder to suppress his true feelings, and that's what's causing the noise.
How in the world should I approach this? An evidence-based approach might work if I can find a contradiction. Otherwise, I might look for an inconsistency in his emotions.
I think what you're supposed to do is you need to get him to the right set of emotion statements so you can contradict him with evidence. From what I recall. So, like, I think you have to get to a certain point where you can refute him with evidence. Like, you have to keep attacking his emotions until he literally tells a lie that you can prove is false.
Yeah, we need to tackle his emotions first.
Yeah, I don't remember the order, but for now we just look at the thing.
There are no flaws in my testimony, and his boldness is prepared to give his verdict. Give up on this lost cause and let the law free me of these chains already.
Yeah, you can choose one and switch to the other.
I don't think so. Not while I'm around.
I think you can do it on the first one, but I'm not sure.
Now, contradictory testimony or
You can
inconsistent
you can check
emotions? Which one
and
should I
switch.
tackle first? We're going to go for his emotions.
We'll go with
Why are you searching this up?
No, I think I remember from last time you had to tackle his emotions first.
Got ya.
Okay, let's look for inconsistent emotions.
You got it, boss. But if you want to try looking for a contradictory statement instead,
Don't bother.
just let me know and I can easily switch over.
I don't know why you can't just do both.
It's like some kind of mini-game.
Surprise. Makes sense.
She cry.
Open the door.
Why is he surprised
Yes.
now?
It's surprised, yeah.
He's really surprised by something.
How odd. Why would you register surprise at opening the door to the lab?
Alright, fine, I'll explain if I must. What surprised me was Ponko. That toy figure attacked me. Dr. Sykes knew full well of my plan to rescue Athena, but she couldn't stand guard over her daughter 24 hours a day.
So Dr. Sykes had Ponko do it.
That's right, she ordered Ponko to forcibly remove me on sight. So I slashed Ponko up with the katana that was there in the lab. I felt so good doing that, it was so cool.
Look at that cool thing where you sheave it and then the parts fall apart. It's cool.
That rickety old puppet wasn't worthy of that fine blade.
As Rob's statement and Blackwell's is completely different.
Wait, what?
Mr. Right,
Oh.
it's happening again. There's even more noise now.
The tremors.
The tremors.
It's at 100% now. What the fuck is happening?
Whenever we find an opening, he covers it up with lies. He's a dirty liar, Mr. Right.
Yeah, that's not Blackwell. That's Eureka-Cosmos.
We'll never get rid of this noise at this rate.
It's pretty hard to keep telling coherent lies like that. His mind and will really are as sharp and strong as a katana. Alright, what should I tackle first this time? Testimony.
Thank you. Testimony.
I think there might be an inconsistency in Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony.
Alright, let's give it a thorough check then.
Fun facts. This is actually the one of the 3 bad endings can trigger here if we now run out the gauge. So I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, well, we didn't.
But if we run out,
Oh.
we agreed not to do it.
They agreed. I didn't agree.
It was a 3-2. I think it was like 3-2.
Yeah, if we deplete the confidence
3-1.
gauge now, Aura Blackwell's gonna disappear with everybody. Athena's gonna leave the agency, and Apollo is completely broken and officially stops smiling for the rest of his life. And finally, Phoenix gives up being a lawyer for being a failure.
Okay, now that's the best ending then.
Wow!
Anyway, let's cross-examine.
Ross 6-7.
Bonko attacked me, retaliated by cutting it into pieces. We have a photo of the crime, right?
No. I mean, here's the thing. He could have cut the robot before killing Sykes.
Yeah.
He's playing, yeah.
Compounding lies with more lies is never the answer, Prosecutor Blackwell. Take a look at this photo.
Look at this graph.
That's definitely a photo.
Look at this graph.
Oh, that's of the supposed murder, isn't it?
It's one of the photos of all time.
It's definitely one of my...
How many more times must I see that which damned me for my sin? The ironic thing is, I think this picture is actually going to be your savior now. See the bloodstain at the end of Punko's arm where it was severed with a katana?
I hope you aren't claiming that it's robot's blood, Mr. Wright.
Are you claiming it isn't, Your Honor?
No, most likely the blood was transferred there from the bloody katana.
The katana already had blood in it, so then it must have been the victim's blood.
That's right, but if that's the case, we found a glaring inconsistency. Shit. You said in your testimony that you cut up Punko and then you killed Dr. Sykes. But in spite of that, the victim's blood is already on Punko's arm in this picture.
But that couldn't be.
Exactly. In order for the blood to have been transferred from the sword to Punko's arm, the victim must have been stabbed first before the robot was slashed. In other words, Prosecutor Blackwell, your entire testimony is nothing but one giant ball of lies.
He's bald. Hey, look, front slash.
Tell the court the truth, Prosecutor Blackwell, now!
That reminds me, George, be prepared for another.
You!
Be prepared.
You have no idea what you're doing!
Did he ever?
His voice. He's on Discord.
Oh no.
I'm hearing not just one or two, but a bunch of rampaging emotions here.
You know you could say 4, Athena. Because there's only 4 on the system.
Like at least, like, 2. It's hard to describe, but there's a violent whirlpool or something.
Phoenix Wright, you will pay for this. Never have I been forced to reveal so much, but the rest I'll take to my grave.
Good luck.
Prosecutor Blackwell, you are on the witness stand. You are obligated to tell the truth.
You know you can play the 5th, right?
Isn't that the rule of the courtroom? Only if it would,
Only if it would, you can only plead the fifth against things that would incriminate you. We are
But how do you know?
desperately demanding his testimony so that he can absolve himself. He can't plead the fifth here.
Who knows? I plead.
He is already...
20,710th.
He was already found guilty of this crime 7 years ago. He has no Fifth Amendment right.
No, he has 27,510th right. Amendment right.
Isn't that
Yes.
the rule of the courtroom?
All of these complex emotions, they seem to be flowing from one source. I think whatever he really saw that day is what's causing these feelings.
And now for the cool bit. Blackwell overloads the entire system! Bang!
Why?
He still does the slide though. Anyway, Fina.
Yeah. The issue that's been causing that is that Athena's causing problems. When you opened the door and saw Athena, you became overwhelmed by your emotions. Isn't that right, prosecutor?
He's sweating. He's sweating.
You should
He's sweating
know
bullets.
better. Oh, it's pathetic. I admit I'm terrified to speak of it. Prosecutor Blackwell, Miss Sykes is innocent. I will always believe that with all my heart. Now, can't you find it within yourself to believe in me too?
Such your feelings, you know this to be true.
Athena is innocent, huh? And you honestly say you believe that to be true, right or no? I give you my word. Now tell me what you really saw when you opened that door. Curse you, Phoenix Wright!
How dare you make me confess my fee-fees? Nice. Now, anyways, horror warning, I guess.
It was a tragedy. One I'll never forget. When I arrived at the lab, Dr. Sykes was already dead. She was lying on the operating table, while the bloody katana lay on the floor.
It's actually great. Quite a game
And standing between the two, covered in blood, was Athena. She smiled, with a far-off look in her eyes, as she sweetly said,
Jump scare.
Also, yeah, that's just gonna hang there until I press the A button.
Fucking trauma.
She spilled all the Kool-Aid.
Like,
Shit.
could you
Oh, hey
imagine, like, anyone expecting this to pass just sitting there for eerily long before realizing they could pass the thing? That fucked with me the first time.
Oh yeah.
Something's wrong with Mom.
No.
So I'm taking her apart to fix her.
I thought he was going to let George do that.
Oh, sorry,
He's
my bad.
just like she sounds like.
It's his testimony.
Fair. Makes it
That's
less
what I
fair.
saw. Now you have it. The truth that you so desperately wanted.
Well, shit.
You're going to jail, Dina.
No. Prosecutor Blackwell finally tells the truth, and this is what it is?
What the fuck you think it was gonna be, you dumbass?
Beyond devastating.
He was going to say he found a war in Ba Sing Se.
I tried to take my mother apart.
I'm sure in an alternate universe, Miles Edgeworth's immediate response is just be like, well, I was fucking right!
Well, look who was right, Phoenix Wright.
You
Looks
said
like
I'm
more
the
like
right,
Phoenix.
not you.
It looks like more like Phoenix stupid. Trauma.
No, no.
Nah.
No.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Rattle, boys.
So it was me. I am the one who killed my mother.
Athena!
As I said, right, the truth isn't always pretty. Murder, disassembly on an operating table, and a scientist using her daughter as a guinea pig. Sadly, it appears that my theory was correct after all.
It's true that Athena didn't like her mother's research, but you dare cast aspersions on my mentor by claiming Athena was used in such a manner?
Well, you
Dr.
just used
Sykes
it
could be
enough.
awkward with people, but she loved her daughter with all her heart.
She loved me?
Your mother hated to see you suffer because you could hear the voices of people's hearts. She wanted to set you free of your pain, so she worked tirelessly on her research.
I'm to a dad.
Do you remember those headphones you
No.
hated so much?
Yes. My head hurt every time I wore them.
No, Athena. It's just the opposite. They emitted sound waves to nullify emotional input from the voices of the people around you. Your power was much stronger Your power was much stronger then than it is now. And those headphones were what enabled you to carry on with everyday life.
No, that can't be true. Then why? Why would I have done something like that to somebody who loved me so much?
Oh,
Her love for you was real. That I can guarantee. That's why I knew. That what happened had to be some kind of mistake. I couldn't let you be punished for it.
no, you'd have to blame yourself. You were your mentor more light than you know.
Ponko was a witness, so I put it in the case, held Athena close, and vacated the lab. I threw Ponko away in the boarding lounge trash chute, and hid the case on the Space Center grounds.
George, Alex.
I hummed.
This is not me.
Oh, they didn't come through. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The home didn't come through.
Oh, well then if he hummed.
I hum
It
not
was-
to hum for him. I was curious.
Well, I
What are you curious
hummed
about?
for you to hum, and then you hummed. But it
Do
would
we have
seem now that all
Sorry.
the hums are in order.
Sorry, were you anything?
Do we have proof that? Do they have proof that Athena killed her mom?
No, they're just kind of going off of what happened.
'Cause, like,
actually.
All we got out was that Blackwell went into the fucking place and Athena was operating on her mom.
The idea is that they believe there was no such other person in the room. So there's no potential something it could be, because it could have been the robot, and they believe it's not Blackwell, who has now testified for once that he didn't. So the only other two people that were left were Athena and Metis. and
Blackwell
the
has
murder
no
weapon.
clear motive to do it and a very clear motive to protect Athena, so...
There's a
It
bullshit
would
script.
seem that we now have all of the facts of this case.
No, you don't.
No, not yet. It can't end like this.
Right, you look pathetic. Do not disgrace yourself. The truth has been revealed.
I've been disgracing myself for
The
7
answer-
years, Edworth.
Well, are you the type of man to turn your back on the things that disagree with you?
Exactly.
Yes.
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 I'm not. But this... Can't give up now. I have to say something. Anything, even if it's a bluff. Always managed to pull through that way in the past. I have to make it work. The defense is prepared to present evidence.
Right.
Yes, Athena?
It's okay. You can stop now.
That's a big
No.
nose.
I don't want you or anyone else to suffer any longer for my sake.
Athena,
saw
what are
that
you
one.
saying?
Jesus Christ.
I
I
killed
honestly,
my
this.
mother. That's the truth.
I just hate how morbid this looks. Like, Jesus hell.
It's not
Just
that
like
bad.
Prosecutor Edgeworth said. We have to face it. No matter how much it hurts.
If it
Makes
makes you
Siri
feel
not what we saw
any better,
yesterday,
Lawrence,
obviously
just
not.
imagine that Athena has accidentally spilt cranberry juice fucking everywhere.
Oh no, if it makes you feel any better, I'll just recall that scenes I watched in the anime from last night.
Yeah.
Some of that
Those
shit
were-
was really fucking morbid, so this is pretty tame compared to that.
What anime are you watching?
Go
Loser
Rangers, a
Ranger.
Ranger.
Fair enough.
Yu-Gi-Oh! R5.
No, it's not high five.
Poi Poi Miyoko.
Did you read the line, George?
I think you did. Did you? Or
Yes.
Did you read George?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's because I interrupted him when because I wanted to say my thing.
I admit my guilt.
I'll steam the milk from the fridge.
But could I please be granted just one chance to tell everyone what I recall?
No.
It appears Miss Sykes is much braver than you, Mr. Wright. What say you, Your Honor? In light of her courage, would the court give Miss Sykes this opportunity to confess?
Very well. And if you would, please take the stand, Miss Sykes.
And she takes it and runs away.
Please take the stand, just lifts it.
I mean, she said she's been working out.
Thank you for letting me do it, this Prosecutor Edgeworth. And thank you, Mr. Wright and Prosecutor Blackwell, for letting the truth be known. Now we can finally move forward, and everyone's suffering can come to an end.
Ina.
Prosecutor Black to be clear that the dark age of the law can now come to an end. Yes. Admit your guilt and bring everything to its conclusion.
Sorry, for some reason that yes came out really Palpatine-y.
Yes, admit
Yes,
your guilt and
admit
bring
your guilt.
everything to its
To its
conclusion.
Yes, Athena, do it.
Do it.
I killed my mother.
Yeah. That's right.
My memory is still a little hazy, but there's no question
Oh my gosh.
I remember it.
You okay a bit.
Chloe, we just need to do Star Wars games for the next game series.
I remember the weight of the weapon in my hands, and the feeling of it stabbing in deep. And I remember the warmth of her blood as it flowed down from the handle onto my fingers.
So what the fuck is this?
Poi Poi Mocha.
What the fuck? It looks weird. I don't think you've traumatized me, but it looks weird.
Please find me guilty.
I find you guilty of sending me whatever the fuck this is. I dare say these are all memories that no one but the murderer would have. Bullshit.
I see.
Oh yeah, did
Thank you
anyone
for your
notice?
confession. I believe this trial has gone on for long enough.
Did anyone notice the contradiction, by the way?
I have.
I wasn't paying attention.
Well, of course you know it, Rob.
I didn't look at it.
No, we can show it.
Show it again.
Bring it to
Show it
history.
again when we're done here.
Oh, okay.
It's specifically what this, right before she says, please find me guilty, that statement is wrong.
Because she says she stabbed someone and she felt the warmth of her blood flowing onto her fingers, but if you look at the weapon, it doesn't go all the way down.
Only on the blade.
Yeah, so it doesn't get. So if it would have flowed down onto the handle, it would have worked, but not here.
Sorry, George.
Before we conclude, does anyone have a counter argument?
This is some
Hey,
bullshit, Skipper.
Objection!
Objection, bitches.
I do, Your Honor.
I didn't mean it. I want to go home. Mr. Wright?
For fuck's sake. For fuck's sake.
UK.
Mr. Wright, why?
No, just the judge like, Mr. Wright, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake.
I killed her. I remember it now. It was me.
All you remember is a lie.
Any counter argument now is pointless.
Objection!
Shut up.
No,
Don't tell me you've forgotten one of the basic tenets of lawyering. Always believe in the-
Tell me what to do.
Always believe in the client to the bitter end. Athena, you are not a murderer.
She's a killer.
I said that you've never changed, but could it be you've actually regressed in these last 8 years? I won't stand for your childish emotionalism getting in the way of the truth.
Emotionalism? Don't lecture me on matters of the heart, Edgeworth. Because I can see straight into a person's soul.
Don't you bring your psycho rock bullshit in here.
Okay, Millennium Key ass.
Okay, Boomer.
Licking doorknobs is illegal on another planet, Mr. Wright.
This doesn't happen in this case. This is that we can take.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit about flashbacks. I looked into those special cyclocks you mentioned, Mr. Nick. Athena isn't trying to keep anything from you on purpose.
Athena isn't trying to lick doorknobs in other countries.
Planets. Planets!
I'm sure there's at least
Bitch,
one
slap you
country
back to
where licking a
Africa.
doorknob is
If you
illegal.
want to get technical, Iffy, there are other countries on other planets.
I mean, they might have different political systems that don't use
Rob.
countries.
I mean, who knows?
What?
You have evidence that
You
it
may
proves
get
not.
to test your katana skills by stabbing Lawrence. There's some reason part of her heart and her memories are sealed off, even from herself.
I mean, George, can you prove that every other planet does not use countries?
You made the positive claim of assuming they did. The burden of proof is on you.
There's
Really
still a
bad
chance.
proof.
Somewhere
Sorry.
deep in Athena's heart, there might still be a memory that not even she knows about yet. Might be like looking for a
Deep
grain
in
of
her
sand
chest is her heart.
somewhere in the cosmos, but still. That
You're
memory
cosmos.
might contain a new fact that could prove her innocence.
Meanwhile, I've got Rob acting all serious and trying to get into the theme. Everyone else, chest and Yuri Cosmos is like here in the background.
I hope for everyone's sake that you are not just bluffing, Mr. Wright. Now then, is there or is there not a problem with Miss Sykes' confession?
It's that she's saying she's guilty, Your Honor.
This happened 2
Yeah,
seconds
this-
ago.
I don't bloody remember. Sure, I did it. Yep, that was me. I killed everyone. All of you.
Now you're gonna do
Every
it right
single one.
now, even.
This is the judge's voice as well, so, you know it's true. I'm the judge now.
Your Honor, are you lip syncing for Athena Sykes?
There's definitely something wrong with her memory of the event, I could just tell.
If there is a problem with her confession, then please prove it to this. Oh, I wasn't finished. Okay.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I'm gonna have to cut your sentence short with this katana.
Put that Oh, you're using that as evidence. Okay, the katana the
No,
defendant used to kill the victim, Mr. Wright.
I'm using it as evidence of
I
your murder.
Respectfully and vehemently disagree, Your Honor.
But I remember it. I remember holding the weapon and getting blood on my fingers. I did it. I was there.
And that's exactly my point, if blood really did get on your fingers while you were holding it. There should be blood on the handle. But please focus on the handle of this sword. There's not a trace of blood on it. And therefore, this is clearly a contradiction of the facts.
You're right.
Yes, he is, Mr. Wright.
Oh my.
Hi again, Steven!
The defendant must have simply confused the port of her memories. She mentioned it was hazy to begin with, and we can't mull over every minor detail. even though that's your
Objection!
fucking job.
But she also said there's no question I remember it, a fact we can't ignore.
And that's what you're relying on. In that case, why don't you explain what this conclusion means if you're so fucking smart?
Gladly. Just give me a sec to think of something.
You're bluffing. You're bluffing.
I want to say that Athena didn't stab anyone, but she said it herself that she remembers the feeling of committing the act. Phoenix, think! What could the contradiction with Athena's memories mean?
She used a different weapon.
Yeah, the defendant used a different weapon. Miss Sykes said blood flowed down the handle, but the katana's handle is spotless. So, doesn't it follow that the defendant must have used a weapon other than the katana?
What are you up to this time?
Bullshitting.
You better not be.
This is it.
What are my
This
plans?
time I found just the thing to end Athena's nightmare for good.
Are you thwarting my plans, Phoenix Wright?
Maybe?
I'll fucking kill you if you are.
Not
Yes.
in the court of law. The weapon that took
Do you
Dr.
think I
Sykes...
won't?
The weapon that took Dr. Sykes' life was the katana, that much is for sure. So if I can show a possibility that Athena didn't use the katana, it
I
could help
touched
me
a
prove
gun
her
once,
innocent.
I touched a gun once. That means I can commit murder.
Your Honor, the Uchi Katana has a strength requirement of 16. As a child, her strength is probably 8, which means she did not have the total required stats to wield it effectively.
Isn't it like
He's not
15,
wrong.
20 from strength to dex?
Something like that. And are you implying she had both the stats required?
Well,
A
Lady
different
was-
weapon, you say?
lady was max spec'd into arcane. I don't know what the fuck was going on.
Are you having fun, Alex?
What weapon would that be exactly for an effective
What a
bleed?
great time.
Right, of
But
course
it's
you would
not
Nice
fucking
being on the
ask that.
stance for once, isn't it?
I can see you floundering, Mr. Wright, like a fish out of water. Did you speak without thinking again, like you always do?
Well, if I always do it, then it shouldn't be so surprising, huh? Does he do
Doesn't
that?
mean I can't call you out for it.
But I can't back down. Not here. Not now.
Not here, not now.
That's right, I did. Because it's so obvious it doesn't require any thought.
What did you say?
I'm saying
you
you're
fucking say that again, motherfucker.
stupid.
You're
Okay.
stupid.
So maybe that was an exaggeration. But there has to be something. Was there some other bladed weapon in the robotics lab that day? Maybe there's something in one of the crime scene photos. Wait a minute. There is something. There's a high probability that that was in the lab. I don't have that particular weapon here in evidence right now, but I do have a piece of evidence just like it. Other than the katana, this is another blade that may have been at the crime scene.
Utility knife.
That's the murder weapon in the Clay Terran case.
Yes, this is the knife that took Mr. Terran's life. But this must have been a knife... But there must have been a knife just like this at the scene 7 years ago as well. Toolkits containing utility knives like this... Words. Toolkits containing utility knives like this one are issued to Space Center employees, and a robotics lab especially would naturally have one of these around.
What are you utility knife for?
Mr. fucking Phoenix Wright. Besides the katana, no other bladed weapon was found at the scene. It was the investigation report if you didn't know
Objection!
or didn't read.
Oh, well, of course I do that. Once you told me just now.
Then here's something else you already knew. There was a toolkit at the scene,
Shit, he's on to me.
but it didn't contain any blades. It's almost like there's a fucking gap in it. Here's a photo of its contents. It's almost like there's a fucking gap in it, you fucking moron.
Also, people can shank people with
You're right.
screwdrivers.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
You say you got screwed by the driver.
I don't see any kind of bladed tool.
Other than the sharp,
no,
pin-shaped screwdriver.
Your Honor, are you wearing your glasses right now?
I see many sharp, pointy objects, but not the specific one you presented as evidence.
Well, I'm about to
Isn't
show you
there
it in
something-
evidence. I'm about to show it to you now, bitch.
Isn't there something odd about the design on these handles?
Therefore,
Are
hitherto,
you saying that it's
there was
Phoenix or
no
it's
other blade
yourself?
weapon in the room.
Objection!
What was that, sorry, Effie?
Rob said that there's something weird about the handles, and he did the Phoenix voice. So was he asking as Phoenix or as Rob?
I was asking by reading the line.
Ah,
It's because the fucking things are supposed to spell out Gaxa.
I disagree. This toolkit contained a knife.
And what proof do you have without that?
Don't tell me your eye for art is failing you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
You are the last person in the world who should be criticizing my aesthetic sense.
no, man. Have you seen your fucking outfit?
Now, he is simply watching out for your ocular health. Please proceed, Mr. Wright.
He wears glasses.
Says that, I mean, His Honor does not have glasses right now.
No, it's what
Contact lenses.
Edgeworth wears glasses.
True.
Notice that the handles on each of these tools have a sort of design on them.
Ah, I see they do, but what significance does that have?
It's clear that one of the tools is missing from this kit. If we rearrange the tools into a specific pattern, we might be able to tell which part of the overall design is missing.
What's that the theory your pitiful sense of aesthetics can help you come up with?
Edgeworth, just let it go, man!
I will not let this go, Phoenix Wright. I will fucking slam you into this wall.
Oh my.
Giggity.
Oh,
There
you
it
walked into that one.
I know I walked into that when I intended for it.
Okay.
Show the court then, if you would. What pattern design would we see if you were to rearrange the tools?
And what design is this supposed to represent?
Your
The-
mum.
Your mum.
The yacht logo, Your Honor. It's on all of the Space Center's documents and pamphlets.
It's also your mum, apparently. According to me and Iffy.
As you're aware, Yacht is the program that operates the Cosmos Space Center.
There it is.
Look at how brightly the Gyat logo shines in the skippity sunlight of the entranceway.
Oh, that's going a bit far. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
I really dig the stars and the I can't.
You
I-
can't, George. You can't.
I don't have enough brain rot. I need to watch more YouTube shorts. I really dig the stars and the rocket motif as it's got going.
Yacht, huh? Isn't that the new name of the Federal Space R&D program?
What does R&D stand for? Actually, no. I just thought 2 words and I'm not using them.
Riz and Diddle.
Oh, that's a lot more
There you
tame than
go.
what I thought of.
Jesus.
I think I see it now, but I can't say that in a PG-13 game.
Yes, with the tools shown in this photo.
I've got a better one. Rambunctious debauchery.
The red A part of the logo is missing.
Hey.
And this is where the murder weapon from the Terran case comes into play. If we were to place the utility knife in the open slot,
How did you clean the knife, Your Honor?
it would complete the yacht logo.
So it would, and that means
Admit it,
the tool
Mr.
case is
Edgeworth.
perfectly caked up.
My aesthetic sense is keener than yours, and while you're at it, admit that the weapon Miss Sykes used could have been this one.
That face. That face.
Order in the court. And no making those faces.
I will make this face as much as I need to.
Miss Sykes confessed to having a memory of stabbing the victim. Admittedly, Miss Sykes most likely did stab someone, using the utility knife. However, the weapon used to kill Dr. Sykes was the katana. Therefore, the act of stabbing Miss Sykes the act of stabbing that Miss Sykes remembers couldn't be that of Dr. Sykes.
Very well, let's suppose for a minute, a second even, that Miss Sykes did use the utility knife. Tell me, how does that change anything?
Come again?
If you insist.
What if the katana was only being used as a decoy to conceal the true murder weapon?
Okay.
What if the real weapon that took the victim's life was the utility knife?
Nani?
Only the fuck?
Don't be ridiculous. Are you changing the... blah. Don't be ridiculous. Or are you changing the entire premise of your argument?
I'm a fucking prosecutor, that's what I'm supposed to do.
Takesies, backsies.
I'm merely offering a hypothetical situation derived from your logic. Miss Sykes could put blood on the katana to make it look like the murder weapon. And all at the age of 12, or whatever she was. And then conceal the knife on her persona, until Blackpool carried her away.
Alright, if her persona could wield a knife, that does make a lot of sense.
I like how
Does clear up
Can't believe she will
Like-
Arsene.
I like how that was just ever trying to sound smart in general. Like, he could have just said on her persona edge. Like, what the fuck?
It's on a persona, yeah.
Like,
Just clear up the
literally,
contradiction.
if he called it on her persona, I need to be fancy, fuck you.
I mean, that is literally his bit, so, you know.
You piece of shit.
It does clear up the contradiction between Miss Sykes' memories and the evidence.
If, in fact, the murder weapon is a utility knife, then fate has dealt you a cruel hand.
Fate is capitalized, so this is clearly an actual person.
As in
I
reference to the show Fate Stay Night.
For you have just proven the knife's existence to the rest of us with your own logic.
Objection! The prosecution is attempting to lead the court.
Oh no.
You're the one attempting to lead the court, Mr. Wright.
Nuh-uh.
They force you to forget the facts of this case.
Nuh-uh.
Need I remind you that there were only 2 people in the lab at the time of the murder?
Yeah-huh.
At the time, and that the defendant herself was stabbing some with her own hands.
Maybe.
Okay,
No.
Yeah.
back to Leah. It matters not whether the murder weapon was a katana, a utility knife, or your mum's butter knife. As long as we know
You
the
didn't say
victim had the
mum's
own
nipple?
defendant. Butter knife.
You sound like you were gonna say an N. What the fuck?
Whoa.
Oh god.
And the defendant was the only
Razor
one
sharp.
there.
He paused because he was looking for a word. But I think it's because he held onto the M a bit long, so it sounded like he was pronouncing an N.
Yeah. Pretty much. I said the line. You can't escape the fact it was Phoenix Sykes who killed her own mother. I'm escaping it.
I don't believe it. Why? Why does this keep happening? Every time I find a contradiction, it vanishes and the suspicion keeps coming back.
It's like, have you not been used to any of your games?
Almost as if. Almost as if.
But now you're finally starting to get it. Your contradictions keep vanishing because the charge is true. And the suspicion keeps coming back to the vent because that's where it belongs. Phoenix motherfucking right. When will you open your eyes and accept the truth? Later. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for 5 minutes. And he's still gone. Oh shit. Hands
Fuck.
on head and on the desk.
I don't want to believe it. It can't be true.
Use your brain, alright?
But what if...
Can't they literally check the fucking like the cuts being no she got operated on, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
The idea is that, like, either one of two things that happen. Like, if you
could
use the
conceal-
katana on...
No. What I'm saying is a knife compared to katana would it depends on how deep the stab wound is compared to
Oh,
the knife or
no.
the katana.
The idea is that if you use the katana after the knife, you can technically conceal the wound.
Yeah, but then also I think she literally got hit with the operating table shit, so it's like doesn't matter.
I don't think she actually got hit by it. I think she got stopped before that happened.
Mr. Wright, you fought a good fight. I think you've done all you can do.
Despite your
Not
plight.
everything. I'm kidding. Is giving up really the only option?
No.
Are you just gonna object
No.
now?
Snap out of it, Phoenix. What's the matter with you? Giving into doubt? I can't look back. Forward is the only way to go.
You're a shark?
No, Your Honor, not yet. It isn't over yet.
I'm not done yet. Right?
I can't lose sight of what's important. I believe in Athena, and I'll always believe in her to the very end.
Was it the train thing again? I forget.
A defense lawyer never gives up on his client. I have to pick myself up and stand firm. Make that brain of yours work, Phoenix!
No.
If I don't see a way, I'll just have to go back and look for one. Time to rethink this case. Thoroughly.
Oh yeah, it's this thing.
Brain.
Brain blast!
I concede the fact that Athena
Alright,
must
Jimmy.
have stabbed
Alright, Jimmy.
someone with the utility knife. This must have been what Bunko witnessed as Athena's hug. Prosecutor Blackwell didn't see the knife at the scene. This means that someone must have removed it from the lab before he arrived. Who could have taken the utility knife from the lab?
Meta Sykes,
Someone else.
further. Yeah, it's Meta Sykes. She didn't take after she was killed, right?
If I trust in Athena, then I have to conclude that there was a third person at the scene. But according to Punko's testimony, Athena and her mother were the only two there. So then how did this third person manage to escape Punko's detection? I know.
You don't have
This
a
person
face.
must have fooled Punko's facial recognition feature by covering...
own
their own
face.
That's it, that face. Who would have thought?
But wait a minute, Punko has a heartbeat detection system too. Even if they covered their own face, Punko would have still detected their presence. But she wouldn't have been able to tell who they were. Wait, that's it! The culprit could have covered their face and posed as which person to avoid detection.
Meta Sykes.
Person posed as the
If the culprit posed as the victim, that would explain why Punko thought only she and Athena were there. All they had to do was take advantage of Ponko's most basic recognition fixtures. The culprit used this in order to pose as the victim, her jacket.
Oh, Jackie.
Have we done this before?
What do you mean?
Like
Yes.
this,
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
line and the brain blast.
yeah.
Yeah, we've
The
done it in
brain
every
blast.
case except I think the first one.
Yes,
I
the
think
first one
I
doesn't
do
get
the
it.
first one.
Yeah.
Brain
Oh,
blast.
okay.
The culprit could
I
have
mean, what
posed
else
as
do
the...
you fucking call this?
I don't know what this mode's called. Like, I guess I call it I kind of call it the logic train because it's like
It's called
Logic is kind of
revisualization.
revisualization.
Yeah.
Explain brain blast.
I'm for
Anyway.
train.
And the culprit could have
Oh, that
posed as the
trains.
victim by wearing her jacket with the ID tag on it. But that still leaves the heartbeat detection system. How did the culprit get around that? It wouldn't have worked if Ponko could detect the real Dr. Sykes' heartbeat too.
He was already dead.
So does that mean that the real Dr. Sykes was already dead by that time? If that's the case, then who did Athena stab?
The real,
Real
criminal.
culprit.
The real.
Brain blast.
Brain blast! That's it. The person Athena stabbed wasn't Dr. Sykes. It was the person who murdered her and then pretended to be her. The real culprit! Oh
And then
Look at
yeah.
my
Forehead.
furrowed brow. Now that Mr. Wright has finally finished taking a fucking tots of I can't even come up with a good
You
joke.
should have just
Let's
set
bring
up for
to the
taking a
end.
fucking shit.
Look, man, let's just bring this to the swift end. Please give us your verdict, Your Honor, so that we can go to crochet for this afternoon. And move on to hostage negotiations.
What is
You're
crochet?
absolutely right, Miss.
It's like,
Like
a
a-
game where you use a mallet to hit a ball through a bunch of, like, metal.
That's croquet.
Crochet is like
Crochet is a type of
sewing.
knitting thing.
Crochet yourself, haven't they?
But I would much rather crochet than croquet, Mr. Edgeworth. I hereby.
No, literally, that's because
Objection!
I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're making.
I believe.
I didn't say I was finished. I was only
I was-
pausing for a second. Because
I haven't won yet.
because I realized something so shocking I had to take a break to digest it. But now, I know for a fact that Miss Sykes is innocent.
I mean, she did stab someone, so like.
I mean,
Yeah, we're not like that.
I mean,
Totally
I mean, A, statute of limitations, B, it's not as serious as murder.
I mean, if we're going statute of limitations, she should not be tried for this either, because time.
This trial technically doesn't count. It's some weird nonsense.
Ponko saw me. She witnessed the moment of the crime.
Yes, Ponko did witness something. She saw the hug. In other words, the moment you used the utility knife. But the person you stabbed wasn't your mother.
What are you saying, Mr. Wright?
The answer is simple. The person Miss Sykes stabbed was a third person posing as Dr. Sykes.
What?
And my theme
God
tune's
damn,
playing, so
Steven.
you know it's right.
Did you really expect us to swallow that, Mr. Wright?
I expect you to swallow something.
Okay. Alright, keep
According to the robot's statements, there was no other person there.
What's wrong, Alex?
Keep it in your pants, dog.
going. Shut up and keep going. Shut up
I
and
was
keep
not
going.
expecting such disdain.
Well, it wasn't me this time. Did you really think I wouldn't see through your ridiculous grab what it is? You're grabbing Father than Martha Melee.
Objection!
Intelligence.
After all we've been through, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm disappointed.
Oh God.
Don't you know by now that this smile of mine means I have absolute confidence?
All your smile means is that I want to punch you in the face. That's it. That's the line.
Klonko's strange malfunction.
Mr.
Alex.
Terran, you look pale. Also, do you know that licking doorknobs is illegal on other planets?
My boy.
Licking doorknobs is illegal. But that's Apollo you're talking to. Oh, this hunk of junk here is mistaking Apollo for Clay.
I thought
Maybe
you mean Apollo for doorknobs?
Maybe Apollo is possessed by the ghost of doorknobs.
You're not licking doorknobs in my space station. We're trying to go to other planets here.
That was another case of mistaken identity caused by...
Sorry, 1 second. You're trying to go to other planets. Is that a lie, Yuri Cosmos?
That was another case of mistaken identity caused by a jacket ID tag. All because Clunko couldn't read Apollo's facial features due to that eye patch. Like Mr. Edgeworth said, a mask could nullify the robot's facial recognition, and then... all the person would have to do is wear a jacket with the victim's ID tag to pose as her.
Objection.
What the ridiculous what good would a silly disguise like that do? Have you forgotten the robot has a heart? Sorry?
Oh, your theory didn't make it through the mic.
Oh, I still stopped as I was like, I'm trying to do like a gasp, like a stopped in mid sentence gasp, like I actually can't believe this idiot or whatever.
I like you said stick.
Anyways, have you forgotten that the robot also has a heartbeat detection system? If there was a third person at the scene, the robot would have detected them.
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but that doesn't count for much, I'm afraid. Because by that time, Dr. Sykes' heart had already stopped beating.
What?
It's a diarrhea face.
So does that mean?
What's worse is that it looks even more scrunched up in 3D FE, so he looks like he's having super diarrhea.
Super diarrhea.
Yes, Your Honor, the person Miss Sykes stabbed. This third person who was posing as Dr. Sykes is her mother's real killer.
But that's... impossible!
Impossible.
I'm gonna say him.
It's either it's possible, he says I possible.
To be fair,
Mask.
if you really wanted a really quick and easy funny, Lawrence, you could have immediately gone, highly unlikely!
I mean, I was gonna go impotent, but I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Ah. The person I stabbed was wearing a mask.
And impotent, according to Edgeworth.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about what else they did. Well, that's incontinent. Never mind.
Whoa.
Order in the court. Miss Sykes, did you say something?
Leave my courtroom now.
Mask? Or the incontinent one? Right. Yes, I remember.
I can't believe she remembers him being incontinent.
Athena, what is it?
Oh, trying to break our locks.
Take care.
Better than breaking cocks, I guess.
I remember a man with a mask. How could he? What did he do to my mother?
What do you think he did?
Miss Sykes, are you alright? You're freaking us out.
Do you need a Kit Kat?
The Black Cyclops. They're breaking.
They're kind of shaking at the moment. Meanwhile, the resonance frequency of their vibrations will break the locks.
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
Yep.
And that's 5 big booms for the Rizzler.
Chains are gone.
What the fuck, Alex?
What did you say?
It's still
5
coming.
big boobs for the Rizzler.
Oh shit, it's live. It's live shit. It's all come back
Oh,
to David
no.
was murdered. It's live.
Can I get 5 sad booms?
Oh, we can go to history, it's fine.
They're gone. The Black Cyclops are finally gone.
Whoa.
And we'll talk about that next time. On Phoenix Wright,
Did you save?
Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. I'm saving right now.
I'm going to keep finding myself with this Japanese fine I have in my hand because
See you around.
bye-bye.